Welcome everyone to my new price prediction video presentation on Solana cryptocurrency right before we start December. So we're looking for seeing what we're out here for the upcoming month, as well what's going on in the language of the market. For the meantime, the cryptocurrencies are having a 1% down across the board for the entire market cap. And this is pretty much represented in the past hours rejections that we had. So we would like to dive into the details and make sure we see what's happening on Solana's case, which is right now facing basically a resistance from the golden pocket, which is in between the two horizontal black lines out there, having to deal with selling pressure coming from the tops, forming those rejections. Solana did try a couple of hours ago to force for another breakout, which would have been liquidity wise extremely necessary, especially to wick above the blue horizontal line right above that, which is above $63. There is a bunch of liquidity into that encircled area along the way with the liquidity from the top, which obviously would have not been the main target, that one with the top, but at the same time a liquidity game in this rectangled area would have been necessary for the markets to trap some more people into longs, at the same time have them under selling pressure from the ability of the shorts exiting before the market from there could have decreased a little more. So the correction phase is right now in Solana's main domination area, which is the way numbers are pretty much portrayed. But at the same time, things such as the moving averages that are actioning in the fork style. The fork style of the moving averages is exactly what you see, basically. This type of design with all the four moving averages that we care about. Such structure most of the time is healthy because you have four levels that you can act as potential reversal points, great places from where you can think about longing, you can think about considering scalping towards the upside. If 200 days moving average, the blue line is missing holding, then there is a sign basically out there that the top we have been forcing out there is going to be quite heavy to be broken, right? So when you have a structure that is most likely creating a double top and additionally connects with a 200 days moving average loss, then you're actually confirming that in the future or in the near future, it's going to be a difficult task to get out of that. Probably not for Solana, as we have been seeing usually in the past. Why is it so? Solana, when it starts moving along the way with the crypto space, just breaks out of everything like they would not exist. So a lot of the patterns and technicals are working most of the time. But during certain exceptional times or exceptional cryptocurrencies that have the ability just to basically pump throughout, huge differences of prices, like for example starting from a level and pumping throughout a week 60-70% breaking through everything that we could call major resistances, major difficulties, which are exactly like that, pretty much reliable for the other cryptos, not for Solana. This is very special. It is a crypto that most of the time do not cares about resistances or forces of the bears or anything like that. It is pretty much dominated by a very, very strong momentum. A bunch of people traded pretty hard, especially when the market is bullish, and they will do so in the future as well, which is why we're looking into the triple digits area for Solana in the upcoming period. It wouldn't be the hardest thing, it wouldn't be something unachievable, and we most likely portray that as the most visible direction. Now, by the way, for those of you that are looking for education, one-on-one coaching with me, especially in my private coaching program where pretty much I'll take you by hand and teach you how to trade, you can check out basically our page. I'll discuss about it, by the way, at the end of the video a little more. We have our completely done for you ChatGPT bot trading, no trial fee, only commission from the profits made. You can check that out as well, and you can schedule up a free call with me on Calendly where we can discuss more on the topics. However, things like that will be discussed at the end of the video. Now, this is the current scenario here for Solana. It sits on the 20 days moving average, the red line. Usually when you have a market that is dominated by bullish trends, 20 days is the main one and the priority one that holds the trend. I would like to share with you right there You have the 20 days holding, you have the 20 days holding, you have the 20 days holding very, very well 3 times in a row, which allowed basically the markets to continue quite strongly. Now you have the ability for the 20 days to react right there, the red line, and we will have to see that. Just like we have reacted there, or we have reacted over there, there is right now the certainty on uncertainty on the table, especially for short term on the 1 hour candlesticks. When we are trying to go into the daily candlesticks, things are changing a little bit, indicators are moving around, and that's a total different discussion basically. But right now, for the upcoming days and weeks, we have the ability to portray out the numbers based on the 1 hour candlesticks and go from there. So we're also about to touch, a very interesting support zone here, which is right now acting as a demand level. It is meant to hold the markets, especially in conjunction with the moving averages. So basically the 50 days will get into the demand level very, very soon in a couple of hours, because it's uptrending and it's finding that level. The 50 days is basically the orange line. So it will get into the moving averages very soon. And this is going to find another great level of support. Now, this is pretty much all. I mean, we have this liquidity boxes, which usually are not left empty. And that means that if there is a little BTC movement out there of 3 to 4% or 2%, 2.5%, Solana can easily have a wick, have a candlestick with a shadow, right, of 6%. Obviously, not a single candle with 6%, but have that movement just to poke about the whole structure. And then, of course, depending how BTC behaves, if it's not going to ruin the ability for us to touch basically the second liquidity zone, then it will do it. For sure, Solana has the ability to print those numbers that a lot of the people get surprised every morning when they look at their trades and their positions and the holdings they have. So it did printed a lot of the money. Beautiful, great. So what happens below the whole structure is 2 major demand areas that we have, which are needed to hold, especially the $48, $49. That is a must. So if you lose that, not only you are putting pressure on the structure of a lower high, not only that you're opening the discussion and the doors for such possibility, but at the same time you're actually going to talk about the lower high on the other side. This is a lower low, I'm sorry, so a lower high on the other side. You will have the pressure on this, right? And things will not look that bright in that moment, which is why I would prefer basically to have a triple bottom structure on $51, $52 if we get there, and have the ability from that moment to climb up. I would still not exclude basically the ability for a median line on the $54, $55 right there to hold, which is also a very, very strong level that has been acting so far. So actually Solana right now looks very great. It looks great below us. It looks a little bit skeptical above us in terms of the forces. We have pumped quite a lot from our main support zones, from our main support forces. We're no longer close to those. And the force that we have at this level to continue based on the past hour candlesticks and what happened yesterday is, no longer, especially for the upcoming days, is no longer extremely dominant. This is something that all of you must know about. Beautiful. So once again, guys, for those of you that are interested in education, especially if you are doing this seriously, if you are whether part-time or full-time trading, holding spot, handling the crypto space, you definitely want to do this correctly. You don't want to leave money on the table, and get yourself prepared for the upcoming bull run, having all the weapons needed. This is a one-on-one coaching with me where I'll take you by hand and teach you how to trade from the most fundamental things until the most advanced ones, as well as the ability for you to join my completely done free trading, which is running through the help of the ChatGPT bot that we have. No prior fee, only commission from the profits made, where we trade for you through API trading permission. It's quite simple. Commission is paid by you every 7 days, and it's straightforward like that. Great, guys. Beautiful. Have a good time. We talk to you soon. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed this one. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I see you next time.